Today is Friday, so it is the day of forgiveness, and we will be looking at resentment in a very special way today. But before we get into examining resentment, let's examine this dominant money thought. And if you can just allow yourself to close your eyes maybe and just explore this dominant thought. How often have you worked with it? How often has it entered your consciousness in the past week? And once you draw it into awareness, which moments or situations or around which people did this dominant thought stay in your consciousness, within your energy? And now you can just open your eyes and make a note of all those situations where the dominant thought came into play. So we are working with resentment today, and before we enter into resentment, we are working with identifying what is a dominant money thought. And checking in with ourselves in the past few days, which people or situations caused that dominant thought to show up for us. A dominant thought could sound something like this: I'm too old to look for a job. Jobs are not for me. I'm too old to work. I don't need to work. When you say I don't need to work and you don't work at the same time, the message you're sending out is that there is no need for the money to flow into you. So do you think the billionaires of this world need to work? No. Do you think they are working? Yeah. So if you do have a very steady bank balance, you have a good source of income, and you say, it's okay, I don't need to work, so if it doesn't work out for me, it's all right. What's the message going out? That she doesn't need it, he doesn't need it, it's all right. She's not determined about making it. She doesn't want to use it as a means in order to grow. So it's okay if I don't enter into that particular life. Seeing where these dominant thoughts are playing a big role in determining how much flows to you specifically. So sometimes there could be family wealth, but still a particular family member may not be able to create their own wealth. Or everyone else does well, but one member is still struggling. So allow yourself to draw these thoughts into awareness. We are kind of bunching them up together so that when the time comes to release them, it's easier for us to release them in a bunch.
one more thought that comes
Yeah.
is, the speed at which money goes, it doesn't come in at that speed.
Doesn't come
And
in at that speed.
this thought comes very often, especially since you pointed out, in the past week, this has been almost like month end, beginning of the new month. So there are lots of bills to be paid. So, yeah, so that is why when you see like cut, 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 it goes
Mm.
in 4 items, then
Yeah.
that comes.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So today what we are going to do is work on these levels, layers, and see if we can get to the root. When you reach the root of something and you uproot it, the chances are that it is more likely not to come back. But if you just cut leaves and trim it and try and decorate, so you're just doing some upper work, not inner work. After some time, you're going to find yourself in the same pattern. Patterns are your friends. When it comes to change, patterns, look for patterns. When you notice a pattern, then you are going to be able to work on the change. If you're not able to notice a pattern, get someone who can help you notice a pattern. Yesterday, I was working with a client and she's a young girl, very young. And she was telling me about her inability to, work on her studies, procrastination. And then we dug deeper and we realized there was a tuition teacher who was being mean to her at one point in time. And then there was another wounded incident which came up. And then I showed her the pattern that look, whenever you try to bunk and you have this tendency to bunk, it's all related to that wounding. And she said, yes, I see the pattern. And she gave me 2, 3 examples of how the pattern was very much evident to her now. That's what I want you all to do. Notice these patterns. Anyone wants to share anything?
I was having a discussion yesterday about tuitions with somebody, and
Okay.
on just this note of tuition teachers, she made this comment saying, "पैसा देके मार खाओ, insult खाओ." वैसा हो गया था situation.
Ah, that happens, no? Yeah. So let's now just give ourselves permission to relax. Let's see what's going to surface today, what's going to shift for us. And as we clear the space for our meditation, I want to focus on this word resentment. We don't like to acknowledge resentment, just as we don't want to acknowledge jealousy. Our ego will never allow us to admit that we are bad people. So jealousy, resentment, these have always been the bad guys in our life. Admitting that we resent someone or something or some situation, someone's riches or someone's success, admitting that makes us feel smaller. And our ego will not let us do that. The ego doesn't feel safe in allowing us to experience this. So today's meditation, I want you to give yourself permission to witness these areas, because these areas could be where you're blocking success, where you're blocking abundance and money from entering your life. It's you who count. Leave the family aside. Just focus on you. For this meditation, set the intention. I am going to work on whatever it is that's blocking my abundance. My abundance. No one else's. Now, just give yourself that permission, which is so essential. Allowing relaxation to flood into you. And how do you do that? With your breath. So just taking in a nice and long breath, filling yourself up with that breath. And as you release, emptying out everything. And when you feel you can't empty out anymore, that's when you take the next breath. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Hold it. And now slowly begin the process of release. Clench the stomach muscles and release, release, release. Till you feel there's nothing more to release. That's when you take the next breath in. As if you need it desperately. Fill up. Hold it. And then release. What you have done in releasing all the stale air is that you've also released all the stale energy. Stuff that you didn't want to let go of. Resentment and anger are very deeply connected to our breath. What we decide to hold back in terms of resentment, in terms of anger, in terms of worries, our breath matches with that, and you will notice your breath being shallow when it should be deep, because the breath is not able to release what needs to be released. So just focus on breathing right now. As you exhale, focus on what is it that you want to release. What unseen block or seen block is standing in the way of your success, of reaching your life's purpose. All the ifs, if I had the job, if I had the success, if only I had not made that decision. Look at my friends, where they are. Look at my family, how they treat me. Whatever you're going to put into the soil of your life, you're going to receive it back. And you are receiving it back. What if you change what you're putting in? What if you become aware of the weeds that you're allowing to grow in the garden of your life? So let's take a journey. Imagine you're standing at the top of a staircase and you're looking down. I want you to feel that impression of looking down as if you're standing in your balcony and looking downward. You're standing at the top of the staircase, looking down, and you notice there are 10 steps. Each step is numbered, and you step on the topmost step there. Feel the cool flooring beneath your feet. Grip the railing. Feel how steady and strong and supportive it is. As you take the next step deeper down, you're on step 9 now. Continue to hold the railing and step on to step 8. Your body relaxes. There's a freedom that you feel as you move to step 7. And you go deeper now. Very confident, very comfortable, very relaxed. The more you step down, the more relaxed you become. You're now on step 6. As you step on the 5th step, your body relaxes even more. You're so relaxed, so deeply relaxed. There's no one to ask you to do anything. There's only you. And then you're on step 4, still holding the railing, still feeling relaxed. Then step 3 invites you. And as you land on step 3, you feel so relaxed, so deeply relaxed. You let go of resistance. And then on step 2, you increase your relaxation 10 times more. You are 10 times more relaxed here. And as you step onto the last step there, your body is floating in relaxation. There is no resistance. You are the one controlling your thoughts. You are controlling this process. And as you step forward in this very safe zone, You feel a sense of knowing. You feel you have been here before. You feel stillness. Meter ahead of you, you notice a door, a wooden door with a handle. Walk up to the door, turn the handle, and step into the doorway. What do you see on the other side? This is your secret haven. It's a place where it is safe to let go. It's a place of deep and intense relaxation. It is a place where you feel entirely comfortable. Where is this place? Is it a garden, a mountain, a beach? Or maybe you're in your room. Wherever you choose to be, make yourself comfortable there. Maybe you want to sit on the ground. Maybe you find a comfortable seat in this place. I want you to feel the texture of the fabric of your seat. How does it feel? If you're out in the open, you could touch the leaves of a plant growing there, or give yourself that enjoyment of walking on wet grass or on warm sand. There's nothing you have to do, nowhere you have to go, no one you need to report to. You have limitless time on your hand. So you notice the abundance in this place. Allow yourself to remember those blocks, the stuff that was holding you back, the weeds that you had planted in your garden. You can see yourself uprooting them. Notice some tools lying nearby. The stubborn weeds, you could use those tools, the trowel maybe, and keep pulling out all those beliefs, and maybe you notice a deep set root there. That resentment that you held towards others for not giving you opportunities or for not allowing you to take the benefit of those opportunities. Take hold of that weed, yank it out. Look around for any root fragments and dig those out as well. Soon there's a huge pile of weeds that you have pulled out. Look around you. Is there any more that needs pulling out? Go and work in that area if there's still something pending. The sun is up. You feel a bit sweaty, but you know you've done a good job. Look all around you. You notice a huge pile of weeds by your side and clear ground all around you. The sun is shining. It directs its energy to these weeds that you've pulled out. Every bit of resentment, anger, every missed opportunity, every person that you held anger against, every situation and person that you felt resentful of is being transmuted by the energy of the sun. Soon those weeds are just lifeless because the sun has transmuted them entirely. These weeds now have no power whatsoever. They are just shriveled and dried up. You notice to the right of you a violet fire burning, and you gather all the dried weeds and direct them to the violet fire. So if there is any remnant, even that is going to be transmuted now. And you can hold your hands over the violet fire too, so that whatever part of you came in contact with the weeds is cleansed. Now as you look around this empty garden, what would you like to plant here instead of those weeds? Because you cannot leave it empty. Would you choose forgiveness and gratitude as two plants that you absolutely want here? Say yes in your mind, and you notice the saplings of forgiveness lying there. Gather them, make holes in the soft ground, and very lovingly, tenderly transplant forgiveness into the soil there. In the next clearing, you could transplant the saplings of gratitude. Further on, you may notice saplings of a good career. Very gently, lovingly, tenderly transplant those saplings by poking holes in the ground and stabilizing them. Moving ahead to the next patch. Notice saplings of success. Take them, prepare the holes as you have done, and transplant the saplings of success in the soil. What else is it that you want? Create that plant, that sapling, and plant it in the soil. Scan your heart. Is there anything else your heart is telling you to plant? Go ahead. Prepare the soil. Transplant the saplings. You notice now a beautiful fountain in the center of this garden. There's a pond around it and the fountain in the center, flowing, rushing. Channels from the pond are now watering all these tender saplings that you've transplanted. The birds make an appearance. The bees make an appearance. Soon these plants are growing at a rapid speed. With the birds, the bees, and the butterflies, your garden is buzzing with activity. There is so much of growth. Soon those small little saplings have grown into bushes and trees and flowering plants of every kind. As far as the eye can see, there is only fields of abundance around you. Breathe it in. What does it mean to you to live in that kind of opulence? Feel deep gratitude in your heart. Allow your heart to overflow with gratitude. Both for the success and for the weeds that were cleared away in order for the success to happen. Keep sending wave upon wave of gratitude outward from you in all directions. Know that you can always revisit this garden because it is your secret, sacred space. It's a place of infinite abundance. overflowing. Always. You have access to it always. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 5. With each number that I count, you're going to become more alert, more awake. 1, slowly bringing movement back to the body. 2, gradually becoming aware of your room, of your seat. 3, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. 4, taking that deep breath in with immense love and gratitude in your heart, knowing that forgiveness and gratitude and success and love have permanent residence in your heart. And 5, rubbing the palms of your hands, bringing warmth and bringing them to your eyes. Blink a few times and open your eyes.